You're live. You're live. And they're off. Yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, did anyone happen to see the last week's one? Maybe you did. Yeah, I had some technical issues. We went live last week to do some in real life scoring for the Crow Hill Company, Tina Guo. We did a bit of spotting, but I couldn't post it because there was too much faffing around between trying to get Windows to appear on OBS. So if there's any OBS experts that want to chime in on how do you show plug-in windows from Logic on OBS? Because check it out. I can show the screen, but then when I click onto a plugin, it's on my screen, but it's not on the OBS screen. So it's here. Maybe if I drag it down, no, can't drag it anywhere. So I'm looking at my plugin, which is the Universal Audio synth, the Opal synth, but I can't seem to get it to appear on OBS for the live stream. So if that's something that you can help with, I would love to hear how you do that. Yeah, so this morning we're gonna happy Valentine's Day. If it's Valentine's Day where you are, because it's still morning time here, so I suppose in some other time zones maybe it hasn't quite reached Valentine's Day yet, but it is Valentine's Day here. So welcome, happy Valentine's Day. And in honor of Valentine's Day, I went into ChatGPT and asked for a tutorial on how to make Brahms. This is not the classical composer Brahms. This is the trailer music Brahms, which is a sound effect that you hear on trailers all the time, that big kind of low-endy blah. So let me turn off my phone here because it's interfering with things. Yeah, so I'm going to attempt to make some trailer sound effects. That's our composing thing for today. So I'm going to try and do it a couple of different ways. I'm going to try with some brass, some really low end brass like tubas and bass trombones and things. And I am also going to try and do a couple with some synths and maybe some, ChatGPT is great. It's giving me a third layer of sampled noise. So a white noise riser and metal reverse sounding hits. And yeah, this is good. This is quite, I'm going to show you this. This is what ChatGPT gave me in Logic. Anyone else use the text notes feature in Logic? You can't see that because it's not fitting to your screen. Or can you? This is the thing about broadcasting these things live. Yeah, see here, you can only see like a little bit of my screen. But I want you to be able to see all of my screen. So, and full screen, entire screen. Oh, this is going to be one of those things, isn't it? This is going to be one of those things. Anyway, let's plow on. Brahms. So we got our project all set up. So low brass layer, orchestral punch. So we're going to use a third-party Spitfire Symphony. That's what I'm going to use today. and a low brass patch. So with trombones, tubas, and Kimbasso. Simbasso? Somebody's going to come at me for that. Let's have a look. What's this? Is that just a bass? Oh, no, that's a weird... Simbasso. I don't even know how you pronounce that. It's like a weird trombone-looking aerophone thing. Italian word, cimbasso. Yeah, okay, we'll use one of those. So we're going to get a trombone, a tuba, and we're going to play in the deep range C1, C2 short stabs with a long reverb tail and low pass filter and stuff like that. Okay, so let's get in and select some of these instruments. I hope you can see this and follow this okay. So I'm going to go into my native instruments here and find my Spitfire library. Oh, you can't see the plugin here, so I'm searching for my Spitfire Spitfire Symphony Orchestra, and I know where I put it. This is exactly what you want a live stream to be, isn't it? Where you have some random person just scrolling through unseen folders. And so symphonic brass, and here we have bass trombones. I'm going to use a ensemble patch for this, and oh, there's my Cimbassi. Okay, I'm really curious to hear how this sounds. So let's very cool, isn't it? Slightly out of tune, but okay. So let's do that. Cimbassi. All right, Simbassi. Somebody's going to really be annoyed at the way I'm pronouncing that. Somebody somewhere. And the next one's going to be bass trombone. And an ensemble patch. Let's get that in there as well. Okay. That's cool, right? Yeah. Get our bass trombone. And what else is it giving us here? And tuba. Yeah, let's do some tubas. And the most fun you can have with Valentine's is to make big scary noises on your... And we got the horns, trombones, trumpets, tuba. So it's just a solo tuba, which is great. And yeah, super cool, right? What was that from? What movie was that from? If anyone can remember. Yeah. I'm just checking my chat here. See if anybody likes to jump on and say hello. How's your sound design? You like sound design? Okay, so this is making Brahms and trailer effects according to what ChatGPT tell me. Now, obviously, you don't have to use ChatGPT to tell you how to do these things, but I find sometimes it's a good starting off point. So I'm going for that big kind of Hans Zimmer trailer Brahm kind of sound. Brahm is very onomatopoeic, isn't it? You have the and play and program a deep note using short stabs. Okay, so we want these set up for a short stab. And cool thing about Spitfire Symphonic is that the dynamic section is you can change your dynamics within one of the plugins. This is kind of complicated because you can't see the interface here, because I can't figure out how to show plugin windows from Logic in OBS. Again, I need help. So a Tenuto maybe. Yeah, so yeah, Mercado I went for this kind of. So the bass trombones then we're gonna have I want it slightly longer than that, don't I? So we're just going to note C, and yeah, we'll see how that sounds, and the tuba as well. I'm gonna I don't particularly want a really long held note. I want to try and create that more using the effects and reverb afterwards. Maybe. Have we got a lower? Oh, wow. That's like totally the bottom end of the register there, isn't it? That's great. Yeah, let's roll with that. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna keep it like 90 BPM just because it's easy. And I'm just gonna program in some notes here and let's go. So we just have 2 bars, and for expediency's sake, I am going to copy and paste. This is a big no-no for anybody who's making these things in real time. And oh, there's a way of renaming these sections actually, but I can't remember it now. There's, who's that content creator, Sides? She's great for like little tips for Logic. And every time you watch her stuff, it's like, yeah, this is really cool. I'm totally going to use it. And then you forget what it was she said. Or there has to be a cool way of capturing some of these things that people say. So we got somebody watching. If you're watching and you want to say hello, come in and join. We're making some trailer type sound effects using some low brass, and then we're going to get into some synths and try and do similar kind of sound. So the idea about this is to make trailer, they're called Brahms, and it's kind of not the classical composer Brahms, but the low end kind of super cool trailer noises. That's what we're going for here. So completely dry and without changing the pitch of any of the MIDI. Let's have a listen to the 3 of these together. And I'm going to move them to a region that actually plays, which would be a good idea. So not the big menacing vision we have. And yeah, it kind of, we're going to trail off that. So let's take these guys and bust them somewhere and start messing around with reverbs and delays and pitch shifting and all the rest of this cool stuff. Can I share this mixer window with you? My OBS. So I'm going to put an EQ on all of these as well, which is going to just be a low pass filter. And I want it to be pretty dramatic in its curve as well, because I want this to be very visceral and low-endy and Hans Zimmer-ish. And that's such a thing now, isn't it? Hans Zimmer-ish. So let's see how this kind of... So I'm liking the tail, but I'm not liking the attack yet. And yeah, I am also going to give these trombones a little bit more. What am I going to do with these trombones? What am I going to do with these trombones? So I think it's not letting me mess around with the MIDI. Come on now. So I want a little bit more high end in there just for kind of clarity. Whoops. I don't know why it's not letting me copy things at the moment. Just keeps flashing. Why does it keep flashing? Is this an OBS thing? It is an OBS thing. I don't know why. Anybody else know why when you're using Logic that OBS doesn't let you use your... No. I don't understand. Anyway. Yeah, very weird. Not behaving itself. So, what I'm going to do, just for the sake of experience and so I'm just going to... I wouldn't normally copy and paste everything, although I don't see what's too wrong with copy and paste. And some people are really like, you know, you affect the purity of the sound when you copy and paste. Yeah, I think I don't like that second note that's coming in there at the end. The reattract, the round robin, that's... Yeah, it comes in and of 4 here, so I'm just going to shorten that because the reverb tail is going to do the business. Ooh, saturation. I like this idea. So ChatGPT here is telling me to add some compression and some saturation, and I'm not overly liking the tail of the reverb. I might change that again. So let me get you into the mix. Where am I? I'm back. I'm back. So let's see how we get on. So it's there, but it certainly doesn't have the super low end quality that I'm looking for yet. Are they all firing okay? I'm just going to check out my MIDI here and see that. Aha, that's why. So some of that low end was cut off here. It's a bit too long, but that's okay. Yes. Next up is some effects. I'm going to go into my bus. I'm just going to use the same window here. And you get some compression happening here. I am a fan of kind of analog style compression. And the U audio. The LA2A I like. And I'm going to hit it hard first and see how much I need to roll off then. This is coming, it's coming together, yeah. This guy has some MIDI issues. So it's not firing when it should be firing. And neither are you. Okay. Which is good. Now we also want to, what I'm hearing here is like we need some sort of synth underneath it to give it some sub. So I'm going to make that. And see if I can get down to... Actually, what I forgot to do was add a little bit of gain on it. Now, lots of different ways you can add gain onto channels. Again, Universal Audio, because I like their stuff. The 610 preamp. Is it 610A or 610B I have? 610A. And it'll just give us a little bit of nice analog kind of warmth. And let's have a listen to this now and see if you'd like to work. Okay, so we're getting a little bit bigger now, which is good. A slightly bigger kind of Brahm sound. Pretty cool. The reverb could be scooped a little bit. Definitely not giving that visceral low endy, you know, shaking the seat of your pantsness happening yet. So here, next we can play around with the next kind of idea, which would be to throw in a synth. And let's just use the Logic, the ES1. Let's try that. And or the ES2 actually. And here I am looking for something that is plain and subby, and just like a kind of unfiltered sine wave that is going to be really, really super low endy and really subby. So the tutorial settings, yeah, people hate presets. I like, why not have a jumping off point? If it gets you close to where you want to go. So there, it's the open and closing and the attack I want to kind of get rid of. Yeah, there we go. So if you're not listening in headphones, you're not going to hear this. So if you're listening on your phone, you're not going to hear this at all. So apologies, you can't do sub bass on a live stream, because you just can't. So you have to imagine, unless you want to run away and get some headphones now, because if you get headphones, this sounds amazing. And if you're on your phone, you go, this guy is just totally crazy. I cannot hear anything. But yeah, until we get the day when phone speakers start having some like really cool low end, I don't know when that day is going to be, because it doesn't seem to be a priority for phone manufacturers and Apple and stuff. So yeah, I was going to record this in. So there we got this. It's got a bit of a punch to it. Again, you probably won't be able to hear that in regular land with a phone speaker. Okay, it's really the attack I want to hear on this. So I'm just going to keep that in a loop. Yeah, again, where's my attack here? So I'm in the plugin that you can't see because I can't share plugin windows. And that's kind of cool, isn't it? A little bit of a clip, but so here we could be here for days. This is the type of thing though, when you start getting really granular into creating sounds, that you could just keep tweaking forever and ever and ever and be like, oh, I want it to sound like this, and then the sound kind of changes into something else and it kind of moves on from what you're trying to create in the first place. So what you want is that initial boom. And yeah, I'm just going to narrow this down to 1 bar, because there's tons of reverb and the reverb's going to carry. And there's a bit of a tail of MIDI there somewhere sticking out. Don't really mind about it too much, because I also want to make one of these things using just synths, but that's pretty close, right? Again, what I might do as well is, just for fun, and the kind of the last thing to do. Now, this needs some more development. Obviously, it's not quite where you want it to be, but it's pretty close. So all you need is like 4 low end brass, match it with a sub synth sound, tons of reverb, and yeah, go wild with the effects. Speaking of effects, so compression, a little bit of preamp gain. Okay, what's happening there? Got a bit of feedback. That was weird. Oh, I know what happened. My keyboard pressed down on my piano keyboard, and that made a weird sound. Fun times. Okay, we have some people. Yeah. Come say hi in the chat. I'm looking at it from time to time. Okay, we have a high bit rate. That explains the latency. So yeah, we're here every Friday doing little bits of composing bits and pieces and drinking coffee and getting to know people who are into film music and other types of music too, and other composing and kind of whatever is on the menu for the week. If you would like to see something in particular, drop it in the comments and the chat and get in touch, let me know. So I'm hearing as well a kind of some sort of percussive did you like how I explained that? That's often, this is the world of sound design at the moment for me, because it's new. I only started in the last couple of years figuring out where these kind of sounds live in terms of how to create even close to them. I always wondered, I was like, how do you get there? How does this happen? So I am looking for a virtual instrument, maybe Crowhill. Crowhill, they have this whole range of vaults stuff, which is just so cool. And oh no, I put that on the wrong track though, which is silly me, because I was chatting too much. I hope that still sounds okay. Yes. See, this multitasking business, this is tricky. It's okay with a live stream when you're just talking and playing music and stuff, but when you're actually in a DAW and you're working, and it's getting close. Where was I? Crowhill Company have a range of vaults, and I'm not going to use synths. Studio drums, are they what I'm looking for? I don't know what it is I'm looking for. I'm looking for a low-end kick drum that I can put a massive tail onto. So let's see where this is. And why aren't you loading? Because I've got two channels turned on, that's why. So usually the great thing about this Crowhill, which you can't see the plugin now, please let somebody come on and tell me how to share plugin windows in OBS, because I know how to share this Logic screen and I know how to share a window, and I can do talking head like this, but I cannot figure out how to, when you open up a plugin, how to make that plugin appear in OBS. So please somebody come on, and some live stream expert come on and tell me how to do that. So here I'm looking for not so much the attack, that's not bad. It's kind of doing its own thing. okay, it's touch sensitive, which is great. I can't remember what the word for that is. There's a word when you touch sensitive. And for this, I am also going to use a modulation pitch. Where are you? Aha. The pitch shifter. Pitch shifter in Logic is great because no, so I'm not quite digging the echo on this. And depending on how hard you hit it, you get the round robins a little bit different. So I actually want it kind of there, kind of low. Let's see how. Doesn't do much on its own, but when we add it into everything else, it just gives a little bit of a subtle kind of a punch. So when we crank that up here, hopefully you'll be able to hear it better. If you're listening with headphones, you will hear the sub and the kick. If you're listening on your phone, this is going to sound really unimpressive. And yeah, like that's an amazing thing how people who write music for trailers can get it to even sound super low endy on a phone. So apparently you just take everything and crank it up to 11, and maybe that's the way to do it. I don't know how this sounds on a phone. This through studio monitors and headphones, this thing sounds great. But let's just crank it all the way up. So I just went into my mixer window here, and because you're in trailer land, close you. So straight away you're getting more. So you really want to turn it up to 11. Not bad for an effort, I think. Oh my gosh. 45 minutes. Sound design. I had in my mind to do 3 of these in 45 minutes. This is, yeah. I'm going to do another one really quick. So I'm going to change tack here. So that's a low-end brass Bram starting off, jumping off point. I'm going to mess around with that later and tweak it until I like it. Then I'm going to save the sound in my own sound effects folder. Like all of these things you could get a preset sample pack of these for pretty cheap. But why not make your own? I mean, they're super cool and pretty easy to do. All you need to do is, like, you don't have to have a sample library from anyone specific. If you Spitfire Audio, BBC Orchestra, what's the name of it? Let me just find it here. Spitfire Audio, BBC Symphony Orchestra, free orchestra. And just pick all the low end stuff. So you could easily do this with all the low end brass. Actually, if we leave the synth one, let's change around the sounds on it and see how that sounds. So I'm going to swap this all out for the free version and see how it is, just for fun. And I'm going to go into our brass, and we've got bass trombones and trumpets. We don't have a chimbassi. I might leave that, so I'll put the bass trombone from BBC. Where are you, bass trombones? There you are. And you were doubled. Now you can double these as many as you like, and I might do that just for fun at the end to see how big we can actually go with this tuba. Symphony orchestra, tuba. The synth was from Logic Pro, the ES2, and the kick drum there was from the Crow Hill Company. So this is, with the exception of this instrument, the chimbassi, which Simbassi, I don't know. I hadn't heard of it before. If anyone can tell me, the correct pronunciation, chimbassi, Simbassi. I don't know. I don't speak Italian, so let's hear how the free instruments hold up. Pretty big. They sound much brighter though. So just gonna bring this EQ down a little bit. And why don't we, just for fun, whoops. Just for fun, I'm going to duplicate all of these. And I'm going to pan them left and right. And there's so many ways you can just kind of make things bigger. But it's funny because when you think about trailer music, you just think like all of your ideas of balance and dynamic, and they all kind of go out the window a little bit, because the whole idea of trailer music is to catch your attention straight away. And here I'm just going to left and right all of these and see how much bigger we can take this. There are no rules. Remember that. And you're going that way. Have we got 2 of everything? 2 of these, we have 3 of these. No. Yeah, let's have a listen. Now, I am hearing a little bit more of this. I want a bit more dirt on that sub. So again, I'm sorry to be doing the sub bass thing. Let me show you the mixer here that I've opened up. And I've just opened up the tape delay plugin from Logic. Please, 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 somebody tell me how to share Logic plugins in OBS. And I will forever be your friend. So I want a faster kind of delay. That's a bit heavy on the flutter, isn't it? And this plugin window is tiny. Oh my God. And I am not doing a low pass cut. Sorry, I'm doing a low pass filter on the delay and cranking up the LFO. How cool is that, right? So maybe the decay needs, in the context of when you would put that in a trailer, all that kind of decaying sound. That might be a bit, get in the way a little bit. So just back here in my mix window, I'm going to take the tape delay and the feedback. I'm just going to bring it down a little bit because I don't want, the feedback is the amount of times the delay happens. So I don't want it happening too much, but I want it long and I want it kind of low endy. So let's have a listen. Here we go. Even there, maybe a little bit too much. And this is all done through a bus, which means that all of the brass is affected in the same way by the same things, which it just makes life nice and tidy and neat. Which I was given out about yesterday. I was given out about being too neat about things. So yes, please jump in the chat if you are into this kind of business, or if you please help me figure out how to share plugin windows from Logic. So, whoops, I hit my keyboard again. So I didn't get to the synth part. I'm gonna put this away because you can't really see it. So I need to fix my window. Because you can't really see things. And that's about it. Yeah, I didn't quite get to the synth version of this, which I'm sorry about. But I think it got pretty close. So my autofocus is doing things. Look at that. It just can't find me. So thanks for popping along. I am going to add that into my my folder of strange sounds, which I think everybody should have. Look at my autofocus going crazy. It's like a... Hello, can you see me? Can you see me, camera? Kind of. Ah, there we go. Yeah, thank you very much for popping along and hanging out. And I hope you got something from this. A much more pleasant version than last week. Last week I had to abandon the session because I couldn't figure out how to share the windows properly. So, yeah, maybe one day I'll figure it out. And maybe that day will be next week, next Friday. If you would like to see me cover anything or get stuck into some ideas that you want to brainstorm, that's what we're here for on a Friday, is brainstorming and trying out some ideas and figuring out some techniques and things that you can use to help you in your own journey as a composer and media composer and filmmaker who maybe wants to just know a little bit more about how audio and music is put together for film. And maybe we'll do some film reviews. I watched Nosferatu the other night. Anyone see it? So good. Anyway, I digress. That's it. Done. I'll see you on the next one, and cheers.